Hello and welcome back to the Grandmasters League Round 2 with me, Zach, and this is the final game of the week between FeAge and Good Boy, aka Ming. And the map is Nomad, the home map choice of Ming. And if you haven't seen Game 1 already, which was the migration between these two guys, then click down to the bottom of the thing here, whatever you call this area, and that will take you to that video. Sorry if I sound a little bit out of breath, just been working out a bit and I'm a bit knackered now, to be honest. But either way, we're going to get straight on with this game. This is obviously chosen by Ming here, and FeAge losing that first game, he is going to be wanting to win this one. It's going to be very important that he wins this if he wants to really have a chance of getting up there already. Bear in mind, in the league so far, the Viper is at the top with 6 points right now. FeAge is only on the 1 point. Ming, I believe, is on 1 point or 0 points. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. And so both of these guys really looking for a win here. They need to secure themselves the 3 points. Otherwise, they're going to find themselves trailing behind with just 1 or 0 points. And of course, if it's a tie, then they're only going to gain 1 point each. So that is exactly what FeAge is going to be looking for. At least a tie here. That's the best he can do. Ming, on the other hand, going to be looking for a win, of course. Well, I'm sure they're all looking for wins in every stage, but it's going to be quite an important game at that. And I'm not really sure how experienced FeAge is with Nomad. It seems like the Chinese players are very into their Nomad, and they seem to be playing a lot of it, which is kind of interesting because that would ideally give Ming here the advantage. Having a look then where FeAge has started, I've got to say a nice little spot for him. He's got a couple of sheep really nearby. He's not actually found that one yet, but I'm sure he will. He's got a deer patch nearby, and he's got 2 boars as well. So he is in a very nice starting position. Ming, on the other hand, well, he's just about to find a couple of sheep down here and a deer patch, but he is not in the best situation with food. And we saw what happened yesterday with the food issue that that Doubt had. So Ming not off to a great start with less food here, and we'll have to see how this one goes for him. He should be able to hold on like Doubt did yesterday. There are a few deer patches around, but remember yesterday Doubt did go and build a mill on a boar patch so that he could go and get those extra boar. I doubt Ming is going to do that, and if he does do that, then that's going to be great, but I've got a feeling he won't do it because the boar are just so far away. FeAge also has gold very nearby, so he's got a very good map indeed. Ming, on the other hand, well, his gold is going to be all the way on the other side of the map, but he could probably secure that by making sure that FeAge doesn't get through here. So FeAge could lose a lot of map control here if Ming is very careful and prevents FeAge from getting through, and then he could secure the majority of the gold, so that could work out very well for him. They've both got a bit of bad, but I've got to say FeAge looking with a much better map at the moment. Also as well, FeAge with his dock out already. Where is Ming's dock? He doesn't have it yet. He's going to go and lure this this boar with this villager. It's very far away indeed. He's going to have to be careful here not to lose this one, and he's going to send another villager over to try and just slow the boar down a bit, I think, here, but he's going to have to be very careful because it's attacking downhill, and if he gets attacked downhill, that's going to be terrible. Using that villager to block it off a little bit. It looks like Ming might just be able to get this back in time, but if he loses a villager here, it's going to be absolutely terrible. 1 more hit, 2 more hits even from that boar, and that villager is going to die. He needs to get it inside the TC really quickly. Can he do it? Is he going to lose the villager? It's so close. He's so close. Very low HP there, 5 HP, but he managed to lure that boar, and that is going to give him a little bit of a safety net in this game. I've got to say though, Ming still without a dock, and FeAge getting those fishing ships out on the water already, so looking pretty darn good for him. And I'm going to say I'm a little bit worried for Ming here already, not off to the best of starts. I'm wondering where the hell his dock is. Is he still deciding the best place to put a dock? Well, the best place for him to put the dock would either be down here on this area, not the ideal place, but the best place on the bottom side of the map, or on this peninsula here, which is fairly close, or even on this corner. Well, perhaps not on the corner, on the peninsula, and go for the big fish over here. But I've got to say, FeAge in a great position here, and yeah, it's not looking so good for Ming at the moment. What's he going to do? He's going to go for these deer over here. Does he know that FeAge is over there? No, he does not. And, oh no, he's not. He's going to go lure this boar up here. I didn't notice that one. He's going to go right past FeAge, and FeAge might regret not luring that boar a little bit sooner here. He's going to find the deer patch, and I think he's going to run into FeAge here by the looks of things. FeAge could kill that villager, and that is not a good start for Ming at all. He's going to lose this villager if he's not careful. He's docked in not the best position. Bear in mind, this area here really, oops, I accidentally put view lock on, not so many fish down here at all, whereas FeAge is going to have all the fish over here. And he's just lost a villager to this town centre over here. He's not going to get that boar anytime soon, I don't think. And he's just realised the severity of the issue, I believe, as he knows that FeAge has got full control of this deer patch and likely this boar as well. So FeAge going to be off to a great start here, and I'm actually surprised his score is further behind. I think that's due to scouting. Look how much map visibility Ming has got right now compared to FeAge. It's a massive difference, but FeAge well ahead with population, he's got more boats out, but also well ahead with the food count and everything. He's so much further advanced at this stage of the game, and Ming is looking a little bit troubled, I've got to say. FeAge though is going to want to get this game over with pretty quickly, as he has only got a little bit of gold here, and that can be a bit of a problem, as if this runs out, well, where's he going to get gold from? He's going to have to make sure he secures the water and maybe land some villagers to go and take the gold over here. But as I said, if Ming just cracks down on these choke points, then FeAge won't be able to get through, and he won't be able to go and gather gold from this side of the map. So it's kind of interesting. It's going to have to be a shorter game if FeAge wants to win this. If it drags out to the long game, then Ming, perhaps with a much better opportunity at taking this game. We'll have to see how it goes and where it goes. I'll just fast forward things a little bit now as these guys get ready to go up to the feudal age. FeAge quite far ahead in population here, and look at this. Ming going to try and take those deer from FeAge there. FeAge is going to palisade that wall up, just put a palisade there even, just so he can keep his deer safe. But nice little tactic from Ming there. Ming killing off those deer so that they lose food, and that denies FeAge some food there, which is kind of a handy thing to do. Looks like FeAge is going to go and wall this. No, he just walked straight into Ming, and that's a villager each, both losing one. And look at this, it looks like Ming is even going to wall this, and what's he doing? Oh, he's going to kill the boar. Wow, that's a little bit lame, but I don't think FeAge knows that boar is there anyway. So Ming could have actually lured that one around and actually made use of it, but instead he's going to kill the boar and let it rot, prevent FeAge from taking it. But FeAge isn't bothered. He's up to the feudal age right now, and some clever play here by Ming. He's obviously realised that FeAge has got the higher food advantage, so he's going to take the most that he can out of that. But he doesn't realise that FeAge A doesn't know that this boar is here, and B, he doesn't realise that FeAge is actually already up to the feudal age. Look how much he's struggling for food right here. It's a little bit worrying, but he's going to kill that boar off, and he is going to take the food. In comes a villager from FeAge, kind of interesting. He's going to see what's up right here, and he's going to be like, hello, what are you doing? And he's going to realise he's just been lamed a little bit, and that will probably make him quite angry. But instead, he's going to try and wall Ming in. He's going to have to get him. Oh, look at this. Just look at this. FeAge going to wall Ming in. If you can wall that villager, this is going to be absolutely beautiful, but Ming just getting by there, and he escapes with the food from that boar, and FeAge is not going to be so happy about that, but he is going to complete his wall off there, and now he's up to the feudal age. He should be able to bring out some boats down this side. Lots of walling going on. I'm not really sure why he walled like that. He could have just walled this, maybe a little bit too close to the town centre to do it, but maybe if he was out of line of sight, he could have just done it. He's got to wall down here as well if he wants to be completely walled. But then again, he has to close this gap, so Ming's actually going to have a lot of trouble getting through here. More docks coming out now for FeAge, and if he builds galleys from here, he's going to be dominant on the water very shortly, as he's going to bring it over and do a lot of damage to the ships down there. Does he know where Ming's docks are? Yeah, he does, and he's going to go take out a lot of fishing ships there, and there we go. I was surprised that Ming did that, but he did. He's gone to take these boar over here with the mill. He's going to have to come over here anyway to take the gold, and it's a little bit unlucky for him that he's got to travel over here, but he's going to be safe in doing so because FeAge has cordoned himself in this little area, and he's now starting to take the deer as well. So It's not all over for Ming just yet. He's up to the feudal age. He is going to lose a few fishing ships, and he's going to struggle to get back on the water. But I'd say Ming is in a similar situation to Doubt yesterday, where Doubt managed to hold on for quite some time, but ultimately he ended up losing the game, which would be unfortunate, but we'll see how it goes anyway. I've got a feeling that Ming is going to be able to hold on for quite some time here. He's quite a smart player, as you can see. He's already done something quite smart over here. He was smart about taking the deer down, and he's now smart enough to build the mill over here and take the extra boar. So we could see a fast castle out of Ming and a land attack, because if we have a look at how much food he's got, he's almost ready to go up to the castle age, and he just needs a little bit more food and some gold, and he's going to be ready. There's a market and blacksmith. He's actually going to go for a fast castle, and without the fishing ships, it's going to be a little bit awkward, but now he does have this deer down here, this boar, and if he explores enough, he's going to find these sheep as well. So kind of cool from him. I'm just trying to find out where he's getting gold from. Oh, there they are, the villagers gathering gold right here. And we could see a kind of fast castle out of him, which would work fairly nicely. He could put a siege workshop on here and bring in some crossbowmen as well. And one thing to note, I've not introduced their civilizations. Ming actually playing as Chinese and FeAge playing as Persians. So we actually have different civilizations here. Chinese going to have decent archers, and he might just decide to do that. We could see some towers from him as well, already starting to gather up some stone, and perhaps a fast castle. We'll see what he does. He's going to be very close to the food mark once this boar is finished up. He just needs a little bit more. Unfortunately though, he has lost water. FeAge is dominant on the water, and Ming did lose his fishing ships. FeAge now starting to stone wall up. He's not taking too many risks. He knows that Ming could fast castle, and he's going to make sure that he doesn't break his walls anytime soon. And there we go, fast castle from him, and not a bad time indeed. FeAge slightly further behind here with the castle age. We'll see whether he does go for a fast castle, or if he just continues to work on his eco for a little bit and before he goes up. But really, there's no point in him staying in the feudal age for much longer, because there's not really a lot he's going to be able to do while he's in the feudal age other than just gather resources. So perhaps we'll see a castle age from him fairly soon, but Ming going to reach castle age in a reasonable time, and what he does when he reaches castle is going to be the crucial thing, because we've got to bear in mind FeAge going to have water now, plenty of fishing ships coming out for him, and he is going to be able to gain a huge economy boost because of that. If we have a look at his scores, way ahead already, and he really doesn't have that much more military. So FeAge doing pretty good, but Ming here with almost enough stone for a castle. We could see a fast castle and a castle drop. Well, we are seeing the fast castle. We could see a castle drop with maybe some Chuko Nu. Castles don't take too long to get through stone walls. He could add in some mangonels behind that and really pressure FeAge here. FeAge is in the slight disadvantage of the fact that he's going to run out of wood fairly soon. Well, not fairly soon, but he will run out of wood eventually, because he is forced into this tiny little area on the map, and Ming has most of the map under his control apart from the water. We could see a landing from FeAge though, that's not out of the question. We could see that, and Ming could also make some fire ships to take out FeAge's galleys, and there we go, fire ship coming out from him, and that could do significant damage. So a pretty fast castle from Ming. It looks like we're going to see a castle drop. FeAge on the way to castle as well, and there's the villagers coming forwards. The castle going to be put right here in a nice little spot. He's going to be able to break through this wall in a reasonable time. There's the castle. It's going to be in a range of the town centre as well, I think. Very close if it's not. If he gets Bodkin Arrow, he might just be able to reach the TC, but he looks like he could go for a stone wall bust here, and if he makes the siege workshop behind, put a lot of pressure on very quickly. There's the castle going up right now. He's attacking the blacksmith right now as well, but he could quickly go for other areas. And what's he going to go for? He's going to have to do something quick, because FeAge is up to the castle age. A ram rush onto this castle could do a lot of damage. And there's the fire ships from Ming as well. FeAge going to lose a lot of galleys on the water. Ming could even take back water control, so FeAge going to have to get some demolition ships or some fire ships of his own out to deal with these guys. He's going to be in a bit of trouble if these get to his fishing ships, because he's really going to need that advantage, or every advantage he can get. Ming now as well, making some Chuko Nu inside of here. Surprised he's not attacking the wall still though. I thought maybe he'd go for the wall so he could get his units in a bit faster, but FeAge going to add a town centre on here, and we may see a third as well. Not just yet, he's making a barracks right now, and he does have enough galleys on the water to do significant damage to these fire ships, but we're not seeing any war galley upgrade yet. He's just going to kill the fire ships off best he can, micro this one around, and pretty good micro from FeAge, going to take out that fire ship, and the water is still his. Ming there with the siege workshop, expected, thought maybe he'd get that a little bit sooner, but he's going to do that now, and a mangonel and a couple of rams perhaps will come out, take down this wall real quick and try and perhaps mangonel down to FeAge's town centre. It could be a possibility, and this castle is going to be a very useful tool for Ming in this game. FeAge though still with the water control, he can very easily get through to Ming's side if he wants to. He only has to delete this wall and that wall and he's round. So I don't think he's too worried about landing just yet, but if things do get a little bit choppy, then FeAge can very quickly go and land Ming if he has to, or relocate fairly quickly as well due to that water control. Stable and barracks, so FeAge going to go with some knights here. Fairly good choice. If he can kill off the Chuko Nu, that's going to work fairly good for him. And Ming not making a monastery yet, so we're probably not going to see any monks from him for a while. You could really do with some monks though if FeAge is going to go for knights. Getting the conversions on them going to be really important to do. And Ming now with six Chuko Nu almost once that one is out. So kind of interesting. FeAge still having to micro on the water against his fire ships. I think he'd be maybe a bit better off by upgrading his ships. Perhaps not doing that at the moment. Still making fishing ships, and I see a transport ship over here. He could make some knights and go and land them on Ming's side, and if FeAge hits this area of the map over here, then Ming is going to be in so much trouble, because that's all of his gold collectors gone and a few wood collectors as well. So that is going to be a little bit bad for him if that happens, and FeAge could be looking to do that. He wouldn't really need to go and ship his villagers over there, but if it does turn out that way, then he's going to be in a massively good situation. Ming now with the mangonel as well, and we'll see another one of those coming out, perhaps a few more as well. FeAge going to have to leave some knights behind, but knights going to be able to deal with this army pretty easily. Taking out the mangonels fairly quickly is not hard to do with knights, and he's going to be able to take out the Chuko Nu reasonably quickly as well with knights. But for the time being, a couple of villagers going over in the transport ship and some knights as well. We could see a little bit of a good attack here from FeAge. He could go and land Ming very easily. Ming going up with a dock here, and FeAge going to be a little bit slow to get over there and prevent that dock from going up. But for the time being, it looks like FeAge just about holding on to water control, and he should be able to hold on to that for quite some time. But now FeAge has got a bit of a problem on his hands. He's got two mangonels at his gates. He's going to lose his market in his blacksmith if he's not careful. The Chuko Nu's coming out, and he's going to need a few more knights to deal with this. But I think he's probably going to try and go straight with a hard counter and force Ming to respond by retreating his men here. Depends if Ming decides to go straight for FeAge's base. I mean, he's got a lot of siege there. This stone wall almost down. Once the market's gone, he is in, and he could move those mangonels in and do a hell of a lot of damage to the town centres. FeAge going to have to be careful here with his knights and make sure that he takes these mangonels out quickly. Moving in with some villagers here though. I think Ming knows the villagers are here, and FeAge does have two knights. No upgrades though, and neither does Ming, but they are going to go down pretty quickly to the Chuko Nu. Chuko Nu is fairly effective at killing knights actually. They have, well, when they're that outmassed them, they're pretty good. They do quite a bit of damage, and they fire pretty quickly as well. So knights not amazing against Chuko Nu. Let's see what FeAge does here. A castle of his own in defense. It's going to be in range of Ming's castle, so that's kind of interesting. I'm surprised Ming hasn't actually pushed through this gap yet and tried to take down FeAge's TC. It's going to be a tough one, but there we go. FeAge with his castle up first, and he got the first hit on Ming's castle. So Ming's castle now under a little bit of threat. FeAge going to have to deal with this pretty quickly. His knight going to die. and some fire ships coming out from FeAge as well. He still has the water control, and look at this, he's found him. He knows he's got gold collectors here, a stable and a couple of knights on this area could do so much damage. A siege workshop on this area could do so much damage as well. Take down that town centre. I don't think Ming even noticed he was there. He's going to go put a tower up, and this is going to be nice for him. Going to pressure this area. I don't know if Ming noticed. It looks like he's not noticed at all. He's going to go and move his villagers over here to build another town centre, and FeAge is going to have this tower up. He may be able to hit these villagers, and he's probably going to be able to hit these ones as well, so he can do a hell of a lot of damage. But Ming through his walls, and I'm surprised he's not moved forwards yet. He could have done that a bit sooner and prevented that castle from going up, but FeAge, a nice little tower back here. He's going to be able to get up a siege workshop as well and try and take down these TCs, but Chukonu coming over from Ming. I'm not sure if he realises that FeAge is over here or not, but there's the tower, and it's in range of the villagers, so they're going to be hurt big time. +2 range and +2 attack as well, so these villagers under a lot of pressure here, not going to last so long. FeAge with his tower, nicely done, but now Ming knows he's here. He's going to take his Chukonu, and he's probably going to prevent FeAge from doing much else, because look, FeAge has not built around his tower, so these villagers potentially going to take it down, as he won't have murder holes just yet. So there we go, that tower going to be lost eventually. And Ming continuing to pressure the walls of FeAge here, and I'm surprised that FeAge hasn't tried to deal a little bit more with this. Sorry, I'm surprised Ming hasn't pushed through. I've said this already, but he could have done a lot of damage if he'd have just moved his mangonels forwards, and it looks like FeAge could be just about ready to go up to the Imperial Age, which would work pretty well for him. If he can get Imperial, he just needs another 200 food and 100 gold, and then he can get some trebuchets out and do a bit of damage. Cleaning up here though, I didn't notice he'd sent those knights over. Very nicely done indeed. These villagers are going to stay in this town centre and going to be denying Ming any gold at the moment, which is pretty good for him. Ming very low on food and gold, and FeAge I think just up to Imperial. So that is nice. The use of market there, I saw him rebuild his market, and that was to sell and buy whatever he needed to get up to Imperial Age pretty quickly. And once he does that, Trebuchet can come out, and this is where the turning point of the game could be. Once FeAge reaches Castle Age, the Imperial Age, gets the Trebs out, it's going to steamroll through Ming here, especially if he upgrades the armour on his knights. Don't think Ming has realised this castle's going up. Oh no, he has. He's trying to attack the villagers on this castle here, but the castle will probably stand, and that is going to help him out massively. FeAge with 2 castles here, going to be pressuring this castle down, and he's still in the back of Ming's base, continuing to do damage, and the castle, the watchtower still stands. Again, a siege workshop back here could really help him out. He's got some knights to protect his villagers now. Siege workshop could take down these town centres pretty quickly if he was to put that down, and we'll see how it goes. But this castle's going to go up. I'm going to fast forward things a little bit while FeAge upgrades to the Imperial Age, and I've got to say it's looking good for FeAge here. Looking very good indeed. Blacksmith going back up, scale barding armor, so he's going to go a bit more into knights, and he can attack the Chukonu with his knights now, once he's got those upgrades on there. Trying to wall this up, he's going to lose the tower unfortunately, and the villagers are likely to, oh, they're actually going to escape. I thought they'd go down, but there we go, +1 defense on his knights, looking to quickly take out the mangonels here, because mangonels are quite expensive, and if he can take them out, then Ming is going to have a lot of resources lost. Again though, losing a lot of HP on those knights, and he's going to lose a couple more if he hangs around for too long. Gonna have to get that second upgrade on his armor, but he's into the Imperial Age, and we've got a trebuchet coming out, so say goodbye to your castle, Ming, because that castle is going to go down in a fraction of a second, or a fraction of a minute maybe, I don't know, not long anyway. The trebuchet will be coming out, and that castle will go down. Nice play by FeAge there with the kind of faster Imperial time, and I don't think Ming is going to be Imperial anytime soon, which is going to be a problem, because he could really do with some trebuchets right now, as that castle is going to be lost, and now FeAge is going to start to steamroll through his economy, I think. We'll have to see how this one goes. There we go, another trebuchet coming out for FeAge, and the castle will be lost. Now FeAge just has to act quickly. All he has to do now, move the trebuchets forwards, take out that town centre, add in some knights, and the game will be his. Building a TC over here, quickly get it up before your villagers are all dead. Looks like Ming's going to be able to actually... Oh, or is he? No, FeAge is going to get the TC up. Surely, he's got the TC. He can get the TC. It's so close. Yes, he got it. Wow, I was not expecting that. Very nicely done getting the TC up there. Another TC over this area as well. And it looks like FeAge is going to have this game in the bag. He's got his trebuchets. He just needs to move them out and start to bombard Ming's base. He can take his this town centre very quickly and easily. Of course, he's now got town centre up here. He's got a town centre over here. He's starting to spread across the map very well indeed. I hear there we go. Ming started to get some knights of his own. It looks like FeAge could still be on the prowl with this one. 16 HP to 13 HP. He could kill it pretty easily. Bring in some more knights now. And the armor upgrade could be useful to him here. That would certainly help him out a little bit. But it looks like he's going to come through now with his trebuchets and start work on taking out this town centre from Ming. And I think, I don't want to call it too early because it's never a good thing to call a game this early, but I've got to say, I think FeAge is going to take this game. I can't see how Ming's going to come back from this. Look at the score difference. He's trying to hang on for dear life, but there really isn't a lot he's going to be able to do. His economy is extremely messy. He's going to try now to make some pikemen, but I don't think it's going to be enough because FeAge could bring in some marchers pretty quickly. He's still got the trebuchets, and he's going to be able to take out so many of Ming's buildings and so much of his economy. Still got the water control as well, and the raids are going to be too much, I think. FeAge just needs the +2 defense on these guys, and even the pikemen are going to be hard for him to counter. And now Cavalier upgrade done as well, and I think FeAge has definitely got this game in the bag. Going to be killing more villagers, going to be moving forwards with his trebuchets just to do a bit more damage, and yeah, I can't see how Ming's going to come back from this. If anything, he's not going to come back from this. A few pikemen here and there aren't going to save the day, and even the Chico News getting cut down. A couple of conversions for him, and there's the pikeman. Potentially going to do a bit of damage, but of course FeAge able to reinforce pretty quickly as well, killing off so many villagers. 52 population for Ming, FeAge on 136 right now, and this is not looking good for Ming. Taking out these barracks, and there's going to be very little Ming can do after that, because there we go, there's the GG from him, GG from FeAge, and that makes it 1-1. Game 2, last game of the week for the GML this week, and we'll be moving on to round 3 next week. But drawing this game for FeAge means that Ming gains a point, FeAge gains a point, and they'll be about middle of the table on 1 and 2 points each, respectively, I believe. I can't remember if Ming won or lost his last set. I'm sorry, I can't remember. But yeah, nicely done by FeAge there, winning the second game. And once again, we've had a bit of a reversal. Ming won FeAge's home map, and FeAge won Ming's home map. So, home map, you'd think it'd give a little bit of an advantage, but both of them outplaying each other on their own home maps. So there we go. Hopefully you've enjoyed the GML this week, guys. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a little thumbs up. Sorry for sounding really out of breath at the start. I regained my breath during the video. But yeah, I will see you guys next week with more GML. Weekend, well, we're going to have a bit of teaching a noob coming up, and we'll see what else is in store over the weekend as well. Probably not that much because I've got a busy weekend ahead, but I'll try and bring some videos out when I can. So thank you very much for watching. As usual, I've been Zach, and I will see you guys next time.